Hey, it's Coach Vikkie, and today I'm answering the question I get asked more than anything else. Coach Vikkie, how did you know it was the one? I want to give you the honest answer, not the cute Instagram caption version, the real one. Before I tell you my story, I need you to understand something. Knowing someone is the one isn't a lightning bolt moment for most people. It's not always fireworks or butterflies like people put it. Sometimes it is quiet. Sometimes it is even so quiet you almost miss it because you've been taught to look for noise. Let me take you back. When I met my partner, I want to be honest with you, I wasn't looking for fireworks. I had fireworks before. I'd add the butterflies, the obsession, the can't eat, can't sleep kind of chemistry. And every single time, it led me somewhere painful. So when I met him, I almost didn't trust what I was feeling because what I was feeling was peace. Although, I'm not going to tell you most things because I'm going to save it for our we met video. And, peace felt unfamiliar. Peace felt almost boring at first, if I'm being honest. But here is what I want you to write down. Peace is not the absence of excitement. Peace is the presence of safety. There is a difference between calm because nothing is happening and calm because everything happening is good for you. I knew it was the one because of 3 specific things, and I want to walk you through each one. Number 1, it made me a better version of myself, not a smaller version. I want you to sit with that in my past relationships. I had learned to shrink. I learned to bring up certain topics. I learned to manage his moods. I learned to apologize for things that weren't my fault just to keep the peace. In fact, I was always observing because it was almost like I was picking red flags here and there. With him, I noticed something different. I felt more like myself, not less. I could disagree with him and the relationship didn't end. I could have an opinion and it didn't punish me for it. I could be fully Vikkie, loud when I needed to be loud, quiet when I needed to be quiet, and he didn't need me to perform for him. I was in my authentic self. That's a sign. If you find yourself becoming small around someone, that is not the one. That might be someone, but it is not the one God has for you. Number 2, he pursued clarity, not confusion. This is huge. I need you to hear this. So many of the men I have counseled, and so many of the men some of you are currently talking to, they are masters of confusion. Yes, they keep you guessing. They give you just enough to keep you interested, but never enough to give you peace. My partner did the opposite from early on. He was clear about his intention. In fact, from the very moment we met, he said, I'm going to marry you. You're the woman you're my wife. He said, he knew exactly from where we spoke that he was ready to spend the rest of his life with me. He was very clear about where he stood. If something needed to be discussed, he discussed it. He didn't disappear when things got real. He leaned in. And I want you to ask yourself right now about whatever you're thinking about as you watch this. Does this person create clarity in my life, or do they create confusion? Number 3, my spirit was at rest, even when my flesh wanted more drama. This is the deepest one, and it's the one I think most Christian singles skip past because we are taught that love should feel like fire. Some of us have trained ourselves to be suspicious of peace. We think peace means something is missing, but I want you to understand something about discernment. Your flesh and your spirit don't always agree. Your flesh might want the chase, the unpredictability, the constant butterflies, but your spirit, the part of you that is connected to God, recognizes safety even when your flesh is bored by it. When I prayed about him, I didn't get a dramatic sign in the sky. I got a settling, a quietness. And And I don't have to force this feeling. That's settling. That is discernment. That is the Holy Spirit confirming something your flesh might dismiss as not exciting enough. So if I had to summarize how I knew, it wasn't one big moment. It was an accumulation of small moments where I kept noticing I am safe. Yeah, I am known here, I am grown here. Now let me speak to you directly, because I know some of you are in a relationship right now and you're trying to figure out if this is it. Ask yourself this 3 questions tonight. Do I feel more like myself or less like myself when I am with this person? Does this relationship create clarity about where it is going, or does this create confusion? When I am quiet and honest with God about this person, do I feel peace, or am I scared that God is going to say no? Or do I feel like a check in my spirit that I keep ignoring because I don't want to hear it? Your answers to those 3 questions will tell you more than any sign, any prayer point, any prophetic word ever could. I will be doing this entire series, Finding Your Spouse, because I believe so many of you are closer than you think. You just need someone to help you see clearly, right? And if this helped you guys, subscribe, because next week I am answering, is it God or is it just your feelings? That episode might be the one that changes everything for you. Until next time, I am Coach Vikkie. This is Relationship Talks with Vikkie YouTube channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.